Should the sport start using a shot clock? The debate is a hot one all over the country and just as passionate here in the land of basketball. Those who want to add a shot clock point to the slow pace of the current game, but others say it would be an unnecessary and expensive addition. Although a recent Twitter poll showed nearly 87% of respondents in Kentucky would be in favor of adding a shot clock, Jack, what is your take on it?
Listen, I see both sides. But my biggest concern is having someone who is capable and knowledgeable enough to run it.
Exactly.
And I know that sounds kind of simple, but that might be the biggest deal. Will it help the game? Absolutely. Am I for it? Absolutely.
So it's pulling it off. It's someone running the clock, but the cost of it too, to install this in all of the schools across the Commonwealth, because they're talking about insisting that it happen, but not how to pay for it. Totally different deal.
And some of these schools, the gyms are old. You'd have to retrofit the whole gym. I mean, you can't just stick clocks up and make them work. But I do like the fact that it speeds up the game a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, in other news, Fayette Mall has announced that it will begin enforcing a youth escort policy, requiring visitors under age 18 to be accompanied by an adult during certain nights of the week. It will be enforced beginning March 20th. The policy requires all juveniles to be accompanied by a parent or guardian who is 21 or older on Fridays and Saturdays after 4 p.m. Each guardian may only have 3 children under the age of 18 with them. This decision follows fights involving minors and complaints from shoppers and store managers alike.
I want to say to parents and teenagers that Fayette Mall loves teenagers and we love for you to come and shop here, and we invite you to shop here anytime. We just ask that you have a parent or guardian with you during the few hours a week that this policy is in effect, because we value our customers and our shoppers, and we think that this policy is the right step in the positive direction to create and maintain that family-friendly atmosphere that we value here.
The spokeswoman says Fayette Mall is following a trend set at shopping centers across the country, including some in Louisville. Jack, what do you make of the new policy?
Well, frankly, I'm surprised it's taken this long. I mean, it has been happening for a long time, and it's unfortunate that the situation is the way it is, but not just for the other shoppers there, but for the kids themselves. I think sometimes some extra supervision is necessary, but I'm really surprised it took this long.
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too. And the other thing is you think about how many may be running around during spring break. So the timing of this is going to be interesting.
To look at, yeah.
It's been 2 years since Kentucky lawmakers changed the rules for awarding black lung benefits to coal miners. A review of state records shows that since the rule change, the number of miners diagnosed by state-approved experts as having the disease fell by nearly 50%. According to a regional news network, a review of the state data also suggests that doctors now making decisions on black lung claims more often side with coal companies than with miners. There are only 2 pulmonologists who agreed to serve in the new system, and both have reputations for being more sympathetic to the industry. The lawyer for one miner explains.
Somebody like Dr. Brody, who has a history of working for coal companies, generally speaking is considered more conservative. He almost always finds somebody who does not have black lung or has one of the lower levels of black lung.
Well, it seems the doctors involved in the review process did not have a comment about this new report, but backers of the change to the law say it's working. What's your reaction, Jack?
Well, what little bit I know about it, it seems like it's another blow for the miner himself. I mean, he goes out and he gets 3 doctors, 3 different independent doctors to say, yes, you have it. There's no question about it. But from what I understand, this one doctor could come back and say, no, you don't really have it. Now, it can't be as simple as that, and I know I'm not an expert on it, so I'm not saying that. But with all the other hits that the actual miners, the people who have gotten into the mines and done the work, the hits they've taken, it just seems like another unfair blow to them.
Especially when it's a medical situation like this.
Exactly.
I understand. Well, up next on Hey Kentucky, our Josh Corman learns about the great outdoors. We signed him up for a Lexington Parks and Rec outdoor skills class. We'll see how things turned out when we return.